Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. So the hacker Anonymous released earlier in June some information, Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book, and it relates because yesterday the Department of Justice just added charges to Julian Assange, saying he's a hacker working with Anonymous. These aren't separate stories. So part of the Julian Assange new charges are to discredit Anonymous because it's doing stuff like this on June 2nd. Anonymous links Naomi Campbell and Donald Trump to Jeffrey Epstein documents #DidTrump trends on Twitter. Anonymous dropped all this stuff June 2nd. So that was the second week of the George Floyd Black Lives Matter protests, right? George Floyd was, I believe, murdered on Monday, the 26th of May. Wednesday, there was big protests in Minneapolis and Los Angeles. And then every day after that, every city started having them that whole week. All over the world, they started having them the next week. And Anonymous released this on the Tuesday. So about 8 days after George Floyd was murdered by the Minneapolis police. Because I keep connecting these two. I know they seem really separate, but it's showing the just complete abuse of power. The fact that none of these powerful people have been Trump, the Clintons, Naomi Campbell, all of them. It has leaked a couple of documents that tie Naomi Campbell, Donald Trump, and others to Jeffrey Epstein. We already know Bill Clinton was on the plane. Flight logs show Clinton was on Epstein's plane 26 times. Hillary was on twice. Bill and Hillary were at Epstein's compound in New Mexico numerous times. Ghislaine Maxwell was at their daughter's wedding. We know Prince Andrew is guilty. Virginia Roberts Giuffre named him. There's the photo from when she was a teenager, child. That ridiculous interview he gave on BBC. We know that Trump has known Prince Andrew for quite a while, well before he was in power. A lot of powerful names in the book, not just Campbell. The list includes like the likes of Donald Trump, Ivanka Trump, and Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew knew Trump and Epstein as far back as the late 90s, early 2000s. This is from Anonymous on May 31st. Actually, it's in the link we posted, and a bunch of their tweets have been taken down by Twitter, by the way. What does that tell you? Oh, it's controversial? Wait a minute. Calling out the most powerful people in the world as being connected to the most notorious pedophile sex trafficker in the world? Huh. Why would those tweets get pulled down? Not only was Epstein selling and gathering blackmail material on U.S. and U.K. politicians, he was supported by Mega Group, a mafia of wealthy investors and organized criminals who were also linked to the USSR and Israel. When you click on that link, it says tweet has been removed. Again, leak documents. Anonymous is not just, oh, we're throwing out crazy conspiracy theories. No, they have leaked documents, man. Because, and I've talked about this before, several judges earlier this year blocked the release of more Epstein documents. You remember last summer when they raided his penthouse in New York and you saw the FBI wheeling out all these documents and hard drives? Where is that? How come we are not seeing that? Where's the media on this? It's been 11 months, almost a year. No one's been charged. And I talked about this back in like February or March. Like, when are hacktivists going to start getting involved? Because the system is not working. And Anonymous is calling out like police brutality, showing how corrupt the cops are. But it's all tied because when a government that allows billionaires to rape and traffic children, of course is going to allow cops to kill unarmed black people without not give a shit. Allow cops to just beat the crap. I mean, this whole week leading, We just saw that was that first week where we just saw all that footage of the cops just macing people, shooting pregnant women, beating the crap, just shoving, a young woman who's like 5'3" and some big cop just shoving her, just beating the crap out of people, just macing people who are in their faces, for just awful. That's what America is. These are the ruling class. The cops are just the jackboot thugs enforcing the ruling class's law. Because what are some of the leaked documents? United States District Court, Jane Doe versus Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, compliant for rape, sexual misconduct, criminal sexual acts, sexual abuse, forcible touching, assault, battery, intentional and reckless infliction of emotional distress, duress, false imprisonment, and defamation. She apparently was 13. So this is the thing to be why this is so critical. There's many in CNN and MSNBC who clearly don't like Trump and want to go after him, but they don't use this stuff. They point out when Trump lies. They point out when he's breaking the law. Okay, fine. But they don't call out this, because this would uncover. That's why the mainstream corporate media has not kept the Epstein story going, because then you have to answer the question why Bill and Hillary had Ghislaine Maxwell at their daughter's wedding 2 years after Maxwell settled out of court with Virginia Roberts Giuffre, who said in sworn deposition that Maxwell raped and trafficked her. Maria Farmer has said Maxwell was a monster. Because if you put this out there, it's the same reason on both sides of it, right? These QAnon people think, oh, Trump's going to round up all the billionaire, the pedophiles. Really? How come none of these people have been arrested? Because if Trump starts doing that, this comes out. If the Clintons use their media influence to call this out, then they get called out. So they just want this to go away. That's why Netflix puts out this whitewash story. I'm glad the victims got to speak. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard the victims get to speak, which is good. But they still, the filmmakers, and especially Netflix, which is working, that's big Hollywood, that's big show business. So Anonymous is releasing all this stuff June 2nd. So then June 24th, 3 weeks later, we get this. New allegations assert Assange conspired with anonymous affiliated hackers, among others. So this is twofold. Obviously, they don't like Assange because he has shown, namely through the collateral damage video that Chelsea Manning leaked, of U.S. military just killing Reuters journalists and children. He's called out the crimes. WikiLeaks and Julian Assange called out the crimes of the Clintons, Trump, the Democratic Party, all of it. So now part of this is not only to falsely call Julian Assange a hacker, but it's also like, oh, an anonymous, those internet. So it's discrediting Anonymous and Assange at the same time. Do you see how that works? This is not just a coincidence. Because Anonymous put out this. So Anonymous is a threat. So they need to discredit Anonymous. They need to discredit Anonymous and also Julian Assange. Anybody that calls them out. So what Anonymous put, May 31st, Anonymous just confirmed that Donald Trump had Epstein killed. They are not here to fuck around. This is the real deal. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck the government. You know what's coming for you. I hope you're fucking scared. Of course, Trump and the Clintons and Prince Andrew and Ghislaine Maxwell and Alan Dershowitz would all want Epstein killed.
Officers who kill people and commit other crimes need to be held accountable just like the rest of us, otherwise, they will believe that they have a license to do whatever they want. You will claim that this is just the work of a few bad apples, but what of the officers who stand by and do nothing while they commit offenses against the people they encounter, and the police departments like yours who refuse to prosecute these criminals as they would one of the citizens that they are sworn to protect? People have had enough of this corruption and violence from an organization that promises to keep them safe. After the events of the past few years, many people are now beginning to learn that you are not here to save us, but rather, you are here to oppress us and carry out the will of the criminal ruling class. You are here to keep order for the people in control, not to provide safety for the people who are being controlled. In fact, you are the very mechanism that elites use to continue their global system of oppression, and the world is finally starting to wake up to this, and they are becoming increasingly angry every time they see blood needlessly spilled without consequence. These officers must face criminal charges, and Officer Chauvin especially should face murder charges. Unfortunately, we do not trust your corrupt organization to carry out justice, so we will be exposing your many crimes to the world. We are Legion. Expect us.
So they put that out, 3 weeks ago. And now we're supposed to believe Anonymous is... So they got to discredit Anonymous. They got to discredit Julian. Anyone that calls them out. There's just too many coincidences. Anthony Bourdain just did a story of this house in Milwaukee. Yesterday, two teenage black girls go missing, and people in the neighborhood find out that there's maybe sex trafficking coming out of that house. They go there, there's shots fired, the cops show up and go after the protesters in the neighborhood, and the house mysteriously catches on fire, as does a van. The ruling elites are evil. They're pure evil. They are pure evil. And I hope Anonymous, whoever has documents on them, keeps releasing and putting the pressure on, because the media is part of it. The media is in on it. I did that story earlier in the year, how ABC had an interview with Virginia Roberts, and 3 years ago, and they were told, oh no, this will cause problems with the Buckingham Palace, and we won't get interviews with the royal wedding. And so ABC, oh right. And I've done stories, the head of ABC, the head of Disney, ties to Epstein. Come on. Disney. There's a lot of former Disney kids, child actors who have come out of Disney going, oh, it's all. So, that's why you come to this show. So I can connect the dots, follow the money, find the truth. Thanks for watching the show. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button and the subscribe button, even if you've done it before, because they're unsubscribing, many of you, every day. Watch the ads all the way through. If you click skip ad, I don't get paid. Also, support us at patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Rockfin.com is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. All my videos are on Rockfin ad-free. Thanks for watching.